It's been a season of challenging times, a world health crisis, social unrest, and a constant changing landscape of how to navigate it all. But for the next hour, I invite you to set all that aside and celebrate the 15 young women that make up the 2020 Portland Rose Festival Court, presented by Unitus Community Credit Union. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'm Kimberly Moss. Part of Portland's popular culture for more than a century, the Rose Festival has its roots in tradition, while its events are both contemporary and nostalgic. However, this year, like so many organizations around the world, the festival was faced with difficult decisions of how to evolve its events and activities due to the present health crisis. Portlanders are resilient, and the festival staff worked tirelessly and developed innovative takes on festival traditions, turning events like the opening night fireworks into a virtual show, offering followers the opportunity to parade in place with the Porch Parade, and combining more than 200 entries into a successful Facebook Live event, the Grand Petite Parade, complete with bands, VIPs, furry friends, and floats. Even with social distancing challenges in place, one aspect the Rose Festival did not want to compromise on was the process of selecting the 15 high school princesses and the anticipated crowning of a 2020 queen. When we come back, we will hear from each one of them, their goals, their dreams, and why they love Portland so much. And by the end of our program, we will crown this year's Queen of Rosaria.
The 2020 Portland Rose Festival Queen's Coronation is brought to you by Unitus Community Credit Union. You, us, Unitus. The Boeing Company, proud sponsor of the Portland Rose Festival. Providence Children's Health, we care for kids. Oregon 811, let's light the way. And by Capital One Cafe in Portland, proud sponsor of the Portland Rose Festival.
It's like you're really there, huh, son?
This is boss.
Since 1960, Elmer's has been a family favorite, and now with restaurants throughout the West, it continues to get rave reviews. Elmer's, Northwest ingredients, locally owned.
Here for all the moments that matter. Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield, widely accepted by top doctors and specialists, the name trusted for over 75 years. Live fearless.
I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York.
Sometimes you run out of fresh at the wrong time. Luckily, Fred Meyer delivery and free pickup make it easy to grab what you need, so you can get back to being you. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
The 2,000 Alaska and Horizon employees in the Portland area love being a part of the Portland Rose Festival. In fact, we've been a sponsor for over a decade, and we look forward to many more years of partnership with this great organization because we love being a part of the Portland community. Go Rose Festival!
Fresh strawberries are now in season at your locally owned Elmer's restaurant.
Dad, take a look at this. It's like we're really there.
We are really there, kids. Let's enjoy the real thing.
Elmer's, Northwest ingredients, locally owned.
Because of social distancing challenges, this year's court was not able to engage in many of their normal activities, such as visiting hospitals and senior care centers or taking their annual trip to Pendleton, Oregon with the Roundup and Happy Canyon Princesses. They weren't even able to meet in person for 3 months, so they had weekly meetings and training via Zoom calls. Certainly not as much fun, but this year's ladies adjusted well. In fact, with the aid of self-recorded videos sent to us, we are going to hear excerpts from the very speeches they presented to their classmates to hear their ambitions, interests, and what it means to be a Rose Festival princess. Our first young lady was involved in the David Douglas High School CommuniCare program. Through this club, she was able to raise and donate over $15,000 to local nonprofits that supply support for sex trafficking survivors and youth struggling with mental illness in the Portland metro area. Princess Michelle Lee has been involved in student council and was elected as the head of communications her senior year.
As an Asian American with 2 immigrant parents, I can say that my family never felt as though they fit in. With little family around, it was hard to call Portland home, and even harder when traditions were slowly abandoned. As much as they loved their new lives, they missed home. One thing the Rose Festival has given my family is the opportunity to create new traditions while holding on to our roots. In my culture, having big dinners with friends and family is a celebration in and of itself. It is not only a time to catch up, but a time to embrace our culture with delicious foods. Before the city fair, my family typically goes to one of our favorite restaurants and then heads down to the waterfront where the fun begins. No matter how busy we are during that time or how stressful life seems, it has been my family's way of coming together and remembering life is about having fun and enjoying moments as well as embracing new traditions. The once small community known as the Rose Festival Committee has evolved into a community that includes you, me, and our friends and families. The Rose Festival not only invites us to days of fun and laughter, but more importantly reminds us of a family we have created in our very own city. We are stronger united than we are divided. And with all that is happening around the world, we Portlanders need to know that we have each other. I've gone from being a shy, starry-eyed girl without any traditional ties to Portland to becoming an independent young woman running to represent David Douglas as a Rose Festival princess because of my love for the community and my city. As much as the city has evolved, you can see firsthand that I am a product by how the Rose Festival inspires me to be the best version of myself.
Our next princess was a member of the National Honor Society and a peer mentor in her high school's special education program. She plans to pursue elementary education with a desire to work with students with disabilities. In fact, as captain of the cheer team for the past 2 years, she helped to form a cheering squad tailored to students with disabilities. Let's hear from Princess Zoe Wiesner of Cleveland High School.
The history of Portland is woven with many traditions still alive today. The weekly Saturday market, the naked bike ride, the Trailblazers always seemingly falling just one game short. However, there is no bigger or grander tradition enjoyed by the people of Portland than the Rose Festival. From the thrills of the ride at City Fair, to the smell of the roses at the Test Garden, to waking up oh so early, or even camping out all night, just to get a front row seat at the Grand Floral Parade. When the Portland Rose Society was established in 1888, their vision was that the glory of the rose would be perpetuated through the years by Portlanders for Portland. They would be amazed to see just how beloved this symbol has become in our city of roses. The ever-growing array of colors of the rose are echoed in our city streets as our citizens reflect every color of the rainbow. The beauty of a newly opened rose is mirrored in the generosity of our city's residents as we welcome those new to our city with open arms. The Rose Festival highlights what makes Portland, Portland. From inspiring a lifelong Portlander to save milk cartons all year in order to fashion a boat that will hopefully float, to inspiring a newly transplanted out-of-stater into dragging a lawn chair downtown to wait for hours just to watch the magical performance of the Starlight Parade, to encouraging a quiet high schooler to step outside her comfort zone in hopes of representing her school as a princess. The Rose Festival highlights what makes Portland great. Its people. Things may change, and over time the Rose Festival may look different. It has been, and always will be, the heart of our great city, the City of Roses.
This court member loves being outdoors, drawing, spending time with her family, and volunteering within her community. Among several academic and swim team awards, she also earned the Alfred Wegener's Resilience Award for demonstrating resilience in physical science and the Cybernetic Human Trophy in AP Biology. It is no surprise that Princess Brenda Ortega-Briceño from Parkrose High School plans to attend college with a focus in sciences.
As we all know, Parkrose is a very diverse school, but with diversity comes adversity. And being an immigrant in this country, I know a thing or two about adversity. Some people let themselves be broken by it, but not me. I use my situation as a way to drive me and motivate me. Being an immigrant has taught me how to be a strong warrior, but also a compassionate leader. And if there's anything I can teach my community, I want it to be that. I want to inspire you and show you that if I can do it, so can you. Now, I'm not saying that we have the same challenges, or that my challenges are bigger than yours. But what I am saying is that when you are faced with challenges, you cannot give up no matter what. You have to find that inner strength and that grit and that perseverance and fight that challenge with everything that you've got. So to inspire my community, I want to challenge you. I challenge you to be kind to everyone around you. I challenge you to be yourself. I challenge you to stand up for what you believe in. I challenge you to seize the day and whatever challenges may come with it. It would be an honor to be your Rose Festival princess.
Playing varsity volleyball her entire time while at Lake Oswego High School, this next member of the court made Oregon Live's top hitters list and earned additional varsity letters in swimming and girls bowling. In her spare time, she can be found volunteering for Make-A-Wish, Toys for Tots, the Lake Oswego Library, and blood drives, as well as refereeing for the Catholic Youth Organization in volleyball and basketball. Representing Metro East from Lake Oswego High School, here is Princess Jensen Kalin.
The members of the court may dress and look different from those of the generations that came before them, but the importance of sharing the Rose Festival spirit to their community remains the same. I am certain their visits and volunteer work have inspired others to be active in their communities. My family has its own traditions, just like the Rose Festival. My mom gave me this clotter ring to wear during the Rose Festival application process for good luck. A clotter ring is an Irish tradition that symbolizes friendship, loyalty, and love. For me, this ring ties together Irish and Rose Festival traditions. My mom loaned this very same ring as a good luck charm for the Rose Festival princesses who became queens in 1986 and 1989. Maybe this ring doesn't have special powers, but it's not about that. It's about the tradition, love, and inspiration that my mom is trying to give to me as I go through this process. The Rose Festival has been a solid tradition through Portland's history since 1888, and that is something our city should be very, very proud of. I'd be honored to carry out the valued Rose Festival traditions of volunteerism, patriotism, and environmentalism, and it would be an incredible opportunity to be a part of the realm of Rosaria and to follow the many generations before me.
We are just getting started. Up next, we'll hear from Princess Court members that have spent time on the stage, achieved GPAs, putting them at the top of their class, and some who've been delivering groceries to vulnerable people during our present pandemic. Stay tuned.
So many people today are looking for hope in their financial situation, hope in their community, hope in just bringing people together. Together we inspire hope by navigating through life's defining moments. You, us, unite us.
If you remember one thing today, remember this. You matter. And because you matter, the world is better when you're healthy. That's why Care Oregon helps our members get the care they need from the Oregon Health Plan, and lots of good things beyond health care. When you're stronger, you make everyone around you stronger too. That's the Care Oregon effect. Learn how to apply at careoregon.org/OHP.
As we navigate these challenging times, I'm reminded of how fortunate we are to be a part of this strong and vibrant state. At Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon, we're committed to building healthy communities through local partnerships. That's why for the past 33 years, we've proudly supported the Portland Rose Festival and are honored to do so again in 2020. Thank you.
Now more than ever, the news breaking overnight can have a major impact on your day. Good Day Oregon is here with breaking news, local updates on reopenings,
Governor Brown is expanding the face covering mandate to the entire state.
live press conferences, and weigh-in from the experts. The only local news all morning long. Good Day Oregon, live stream now on the Fox 12 app.
Welcome back to the 2020 Portland Rose Festival Queen's Coronation presented by Unitus Community Credit Union. 15 outstanding young ladies make up the court, with one to be crowned Queen of Rosaria by the end of our show. When she wasn't studying for her AP Chemistry, AP Physics, Calculus Mechanics, AP Music Theory, and a dual credit class taught by PSU, our next princess was also involved in the National Honor Society. And on Saturdays, she volunteered at the Lac Hong Vietnamese School to assist in art classes. This young lady has also been highly involved in her school's theater productions and news programs, where she's known for her ad-lib jokes. Representing Metro West from Liberty High School, here is Princess Kimberly Wynn.
When I was a young girl, the Rose Festival was a favorite family tradition of mine. I loved seeing the bright floats, riding the carnival rides, and smelling in the sweet treats. These all melt together into a happy mural of childhood memories. As a young girl, I was raised on a healthy diet of Disney princess movies, and I wanted to become a princess myself. Now the plans have changed a little bit. I want to be a movie director now. From princess to movie director, from big dream to big dream. However, there has always been a part of me that still wants to be a princess. And now that my time has come, I feel like it is my time to pass on this torch of inspiration to other young girls and tell them that yes, you can be a princess, you can be compassionate, you can be a leader too. We live in a community that is constantly changing at a breakneck pace. Sometimes it is hard to tell what is the truth and what is a lie and what is right and what is wrong. Along with that, the influx of technology has also changed us. We have become more disconnected, yet more connected than ever. The Rose Festival's technology has also changed. Floats have become more brighter, flowers have become more fresher, and rose princesses are not your average princess. We, like roses, evolve. Roses evolve thorns to protect themselves, and rose princesses evolve into strong, confident young leaders. We are the faces of the future, and we are the storytellers of our future.
Our next princess plans to continue her educational path, focusing on public health and to advocate for underserved communities within the government. She's involved in a number of organizations, including the Northwest Children's Theater and Youth Action Council. Just recently, she organized a volunteer group delivering groceries to vulnerable populations during our current pandemic. Here is Roosevelt High School's Princess Dylan Newville.
Each generation provides a stepping stone for the next. The importance of learning and respecting the past is intrinsic in order to create a better future. An ideal that is woven into the very fabric of the Rose Court and life itself. The fondest memories I have as a rosy-cheeked, frizzy-haired little girl was spent clinging onto my mother with one hand and with the other ecstatically waving at the Rose Princesses. Although they seemed so far from my spot on the sidewalk, they were still the girls I knew. The girls who went to school up the road from me, who played in the jazz band, who volunteered at the local retirement home, the girls who you could always count on to have a smile on their face. I watched them earn their crown not only through their time they spent waving on their parade float, but also through the hours they spent within their community, uplifting those right alongside of them, including that cherub-faced version of myself. The Rose Court taught me the real definition of what being a princess is, beyond the Disney characters that I so often sported on my t-shirt during my time at Chief Joseph Elementary School. A princess is when one is willing to do their part to make their community a better place. Their actions deem them a princess. By traditionally celebrating these princesses' acts of service, the Rose Court has inspired and continues to inspire
young faces all across the state, just like I once was, to evolve their community into the best place possible.
Her GPA placed her at the top of Madison High School's junior class, but it's her volunteer efforts at City Fair that she makes note of. Working at the Rose Festival Foundation's museum the past 2 years, she enjoys interacting with families at the waterfront. Princess Wren Lewis from Madison High School says she realizes more than ever that her actions can create positive impacts on those around her.
I still recall with happiness the mystery and wonder that greeted me on the day of the parade. This alone kept me on the edge of my seat. I love seeing what inspiring themes are represented in flowers, and that's something I look forward to each and every year. We keep traditions to show respect and to have the opportunity to cherish them with family and friends. Each individual float is a vital part of keeping the Rose Festival alive. The Rose Festival has gone through big changes over the past 100 years. It all started with the dedication of a parade to the beauty of a rose in 1907. That first year they had an amazing grand floral parade, and also a smaller parade that has since been recognized as a Junior Rose Parade. It was added as an official event in 1936. They crowned the first queen in 1931, and that has been a cherished Rose Festival tradition ever since. Today, so many years later, the Rose Festival is in full swing. The Rose Festival has evolved from a 10-day affair into a 5-weekend run full of concerts, fun runs, added parades, and a citywide scavenger hunt. Our city has created a community event of epic proportions. And this is how we keep the Rose Festival thriving. Events, big and better, and so many other activities that bring peoples from all walks, cultures, cities, towns, and neighborhoods together to make our festival a beacon from which Portland shines.
Planning to earn a bachelor's degree in social work, our next princess has ambition to create and manage a community center for islanders of all ages. She's been on the honor roll with perfect attendance, taken part in volleyball and softball, was involved with her school's Tech News program, the prom committee, and she performs Tahitian dances at every diversity assembly at Benson High School. This is Princess Rosarina Chippen.
After college, I would like to create and manage an island community center here at Portland, because growing up I've realized that we don't really get the right resources that would benefit us in the right ways, and we don't really have a place to for us all to go to. We're all over the place, and I would think making a community center would really unite us, and I want to provide a space for all the islanders of all ages to have a space where they can go to and be themselves and show what they're passionate about. My family inspires me to be successful and to try my best, especially my parents. I want to do the best that I can because they came all this way to provide for me. And it's true, I don't want my parents' dedication, hard work to provide for me and my siblings to go to waste. They came here to America for a reason, and I'm going to fulfill that reason and do something successful and worth all their time and dedication that they've done for me and my siblings. I don't know, I really appreciate, I think God for blessing me with such a good family, and I know that's what really inspires me to try my best. The past 2 years of high school has really helped me get out of my comfort zone. I think that's a big personal accomplishment of mine. I think representing Benson would make my time here complete. I came here really shy, and I want to leave as the bold, recognition woman you see before you today, ready to put us on the map.
When we come back, we'll hear from more Princess Court members pushing closer to the big announcement and crowning of our 2020 Portland Rose Festival Queen.
Advertising with Meredith Portland is the right choice for your legal business. Make your case and create marketing solutions that get results. With Meredith Portland, you can showcase how your legal services help navigate difficult situations and hardship. Employment law, bankruptcy, family law, and divorce are just a few of the most sought-after legal services in the COVID crisis. Make your case and create marketing solutions that get results. Call or visit our website to learn how you can advertise with us.
Too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York.
Sometimes you run out of fresh at the wrong time. Luckily, Fred Meyer delivery and free pickup make it easy to grab what you need, so you can get back to being you. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
The Portland Rose Festival is one of the most beloved traditions in our city. Since Unitus has been involved with the Rose Festival Court program, we've seen firsthand the tremendous impact it's had on our community and the Rose Festival princesses. Unitus is honored to lift up the Rose City through support of essential events like the Portland Rose Festival.
Caring for an older parent, a special needs child, or a partner with a serious illness. These heroes walk among us.
That's why Regents, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Fox 12, and Portland Monthly are teaming up to celebrate these unsung heroes. And we need your help.
Go to kptv.com/heroes and nominate a caregiver you know who's going above and beyond to help others.
Let's show these heroes how much they mean today.
So many young ladies from Portland area high schools competed for the chance to become a Rose Festival princess, and it's been narrowed down to just these 15. The process of selection starts with an extensive application, much like a college scholarship, followed by interviews with a panel of community judges, which accounts for 50% of a candidate's score. Each finalist then presents her speech to her student body, and a school election provides the other 50% of the score. The student with the best combined score becomes that school's princess. The 2 metro area princesses are chosen by the community judges. Our next young lady was the student body co-president, a member of the National Honor Society, Asian Student Union co-president, a co-chair on the Multnomah Youth Commission Committee, and is an avid tutor and a We the Wild youth event speaker. When she's ready for some downtime, Lincoln High School's princess, Anya Anandi, enjoys playing the ukulele and traveling with her family, experiencing different cultures and perspectives.
An initiative that I am the president of is REAL, or Rural Education and Literacy, which is a nonprofit group that works specifically in India. As part of REAL, I visited PPES, a school in a distant rural village in India that works to provide education to underprivileged girls. This initiative is in a village that traditionally doesn't allow for girls to be educated. When I visited PPES, I stayed at the village to experience their life. I taught them English, geography, and etiquette. I should say that I went there to impart a few skills that I had to teach and inspire these girls, but I was the one who was inspired by how much excitement and how willing these girls were to learn, even with less than basic facilities. Education can encourage good traditions, evolve, and as a result, inspire and uplift the community, and this is just what PPES did for that little village. Speaking of tradition, the Rose Festival has been around in Portland for over 100 years, rooted in its tradition of uniting people from all different walks of life. The Rose Festival not only brings smiles to thousands of fellow Portlanders witnessing the parades, but it inspires them to come together and celebrate the community as a whole. Traditions are what make the Rose Festival so special. So whether it's the Rose Court or an initiative in a distant rural village, I would hope that there would be more platforms to continue meaningful traditions, inspire young minds, and provide opportunities for a better future.
Born in Bangkok, Thailand, our next court member has been on the academic honor roll every semester during high school. She's a member of the National Honor Society, a peer tutor, captain of her varsity golf team, and founder of the Girls Who Code Club. Her favorite place in Portland is Powell's City of Books. In her opinion, there is nowhere more inspiring and comforting than being surrounded by words, literature, and a supportive and welcoming community. Here is Princess Melissa Akazaki of Central Catholic High School.
I grew up overseas, surrounded by diverse traditions and cultures. I can still remember sitting at the dining room table as a young girl, with endless bowls of rice laid out in front of me. This is a common image in my family due to our Asian heritage. And as I was serving some rice to my Indian, my Chinese grandmother, she said, just like always, give a little more. It's a tradition passed down from generation to generation, that for good luck, you just scoop more rice into someone's bowl than they ask for. This tradition has been an inspiration in my life. Although it started with rice, it has since evolved into a custom that I apply to everything I do. Whether it's my homework, my golfing, or simply just attending a concert, I always give a little more, so that the experience is truly something I will cherish forever. Portland's Rose Festival is steeped in tradition, and is always giving a little more to the citizens of Portland, so that they too can cherish their memories of the community together. For more than a century, the annual festival has celebrated everything that is great about Portland. We look forward to its traditions, the Starlight Parade, Fleet Week, to the Queen's Coronation, and, of course, the Grand Floral Parade. These events have made Portland a better place to live, work, and visit. My hope is that just like myself, and just like the Rose Festival, all of you will remember to give a little more so that we can cherish the moments and memories of our Portland story together.
Local female executives, including vice presidents, managing directors, and department managers, are matched with each young lady in a mentorship program throughout their time on the Rose Festival court. They participate together in activities, share life experiences, and advise on education and career opportunities. The Portland Rose Festival Foundation appreciates Unitus Community Credit Union for providing this mentorship program for the Rose Festival court.
Unitus Community Credit Union is just honored to be a part of the Rose Festival Court program. And as a sponsor for the last 6 years, we have had a wonderful time connecting with the princesses in a mentorship program. In this program, we've been able to provide a financial workshop for them and career guidance and leadership skills just to help them become the very talented young women that they are.
Our next Rose Festival princess loves exploring antique stores around Portland and discovering 1950s fashion. She's been a part of several clubs and student-led activities such as Women's Empowerment Week and the Science Club. Her favorite role has been Director of Operation Appreciation, in which she leads peers in covert missions to spread love and affirmation throughout her school. Princess Grace Gentner from St. Mary's Academy was a 2-year member of the volleyball team and is currently a varsity golfer.
The Rose Festival started in 1907, inspired by a speech from Mayor Harry Lane. Mayor Lane suggested there be a Festival of Roses. In 1918, the Rose Festival was canceled due to World War I. However, it was up and running the next year, stronger than ever. In fact, the 1919 Rose Queen was named Goddess of Victory, celebrating both America's and Portland's success during the war. Although some people may say the Rose Festival's fun events are what make it such a valuable tradition, I believe it is the festival's ability to illuminate our city's singularity. In addition to displaying the beautiful roses, the festival always reveals the incredible creativity, beauty, and individuality present in Portland. But the Rose Festival's long history makes it more than a city tradition, it's a family tradition. For my family, it connects me to my grandmother. Because my grandma passed away when I was 3, I never got to know her. However, I do know that she adored the Rose Festival. I discovered this when I stumbled upon a mysterious bag in my attic containing pins from almost 40 years of the Rose Festival. When I asked my dad about the bag, he explained my grandma's love for the classic Portland tradition, how she not only attended the festival every year, but bought a pin as well. So while I never got to enjoy my grandma's company, I always feel connected to her while watching the festival that brought her so much joy. Ultimately, I know that as the world changes, the Rose Festival will be able to roll with the punches and continue its role as a relevant, inspirational Portland tradition.
What do a dancer, a dentist, and a wrestler have in common? Stick around for the answers. We hear from our last 4 princesses when we come back.
Oregon Utility Notification Center wants to remind you that Whether you're planting a tree, building a fence, or just making improvements around your farm or home, click or call before you start your work to get the area marked. Then dig safely and avoid contact with buried utilities. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Know what's below. Call before you dig. For more information, visit us online at digsafelyoregon.com.
In the old Chinakwawa language, we have a word for giving.
College.
It's how we teach our children. Giving, sharing, supporting our friends and neighbors. It's who we are. Just ask the Lines for Life Military Helpline, helping veterans, servicemen and women, and their families. We are the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde, sharing nearly $60 million with Oregonians since 1997. The Spirit Mountain Community Fund. It's who we are.
So many people today are looking for hope in their financial situation, hope in their community, hope in just bringing people together. Together we inspire hope by navigating through life's defining moments. You, us, unite us.
Welcome back to the 2020 Portland Rose Festival Queen's Coronation, presented by Unitus Community Credit Union. All 15 princesses gathered just a few days ago for that moment we've all been waiting for, the announcement of this year's Rose Festival Queen. We'll see that moment revealed and celebrate them in just a moment, but first, we have our final 4 court members to hear from. As a junior, our next princess was voted MVP dancer by her class as the most encouraging outgoing peer in 2019. She's in the Grant Dance Collective and in female leadership at Self-Enhancement, Inc., both of which she loves. She was selected by Grant High School administrators to have someone from Portland Public Schools Guiding Coalition shadow her. Let's get to know Princess Carmela Thomas a little better.
When I think of the words inspiring, tradition, and evolving, one thing comes to mind immediately for me: family. Over time, as my family continues to grow and welcomes new faces, it evolves into something greater than it was before. Traditions get passed down from grandparents and their parents before them, shaping me into who I am today. My family inspires me to go beyond the circumstances they created for themselves and to stop at nothing to achieve what I want. My family has shaped me into a phenomenal leader who loves to better their community. With the help of my family, I am able to be a better person and to also pass on what I've learned to others. Throughout the years, I have met multiple different people who have been like family to me. One of them is Self-Enhancement, Inc., a program I'm a part of. They have been my youth family well throughout high school. Oregon Associations of Student Council has been my leader family and has pushed me to better my school community. Grant Dance Collective has been my dance family and has been the best group of people I can spend my time with. This is how I view the Rose Festival as well. The Rose Festival inspires young women to be strong leaders in their community. I am so fortunate to be a part of the Rose Festival how I am now, and so blessed to have met the girls I now consider as family.
Already involved in the On Track Biotech program, this next court member plans to pursue her postgraduate studies at OHSU to become a dentist or orthodontist and hopes to one day provide free dental checkups in third world countries. She was a sophomore and junior class president and tutors students with their Spanish homework every Thursday after school. This is Jefferson High School Princess Natalie Satina Hutchin.
Ever since I was 7 years old, I had the opportunity in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade to be part of Girls on the Run. Girls on the Run is a program that promotes girls' empowerment. The program inspires girls to be healthy and helps young girls to find their inner and outer strength. The biggest run took place during the Starlight Parade. For 3 years, I felt the warm welcoming, I felt the vibrant energy, and I found myself. I've been waiting for this moment to show others that I am a person they could look up to, and someone who can inspire others to try their best on whatever life puts their way. I've always struggled to fit in. I've always struggled to find a place where I could truly be myself. I've been told so many times that I will end up being a teen mom due to my race. I've been told so many times that I don't have a future ahead of me. I've been bullied, pushed around, and made fun of. My middle school teachers thought I was going to drop out. No one believed in me. I never had anyone to help me with my homework. I never had anyone to guide me to the path of success. Being here today is giving me the opportunity to represent my community. Being here today is giving me the opportunity to prove people wrong. Being here today is giving me the chance to make my parents proud. I will try my best to accomplish everything I put my mind to. I will make sure to be there when I'm needed. I will be a good leader and just overall be the best person someone could turn to. To everyone out there chasing their dreams, don't give up.
Unique to a Rose Festival princess, she is the team captain of Franklin High School's wrestling team, plays club rugby, and competes in Olympic-style weightlifting with her dad. She's on Franklin's constitutional law team, which is only available to seniors in AP government. And last year, Princess Dore Young received Portland Public Schools All-Star Award for high-achieving immigrants in the Asian Pacific Islander category.
Every family is extraordinary and valuable while never perfect. I come from musicians, I come from surfers, I come from those who love Jesus. I come from my mom. My family inspires me to do better and to make their hardship worth every moment. My family has traditions that make us go to church every Sunday, rafting every summer, and to eat tacos every Thanksgiving. We have a tradition to go to the beach on the 4th of every July and to watch my mom's siblings open presents over FaceTime for way too long every Christmas. My family is always evolving. I believe they're evolving to become more understanding and slowly more tolerant. My family is getting older and bigger. With 5 daughters and 1 still a newborn, my mom is definitely aware of our family's evolution. With marriages, aging, moving, and too many kids, it is certainly growing more complex. The Rose Festival is a family too, a family that inspires Portlanders to do better and to make their hardships worth every moment. The festival is a family with traditions and quirks that have been passed down over generations. It changes to represent the things that our Portlanders care the most about, like environmentalism and social justice, because the people are at the center of the Rose Festival. The festival inspires me to be a role model, uphold its traditions, and help the world evolve as fast as our city does.
We are down to our final young lady to highlight, and she's an excellent example of what it takes to be voted by your peers as a Rose Festival princess. She participated as co-president of Key Club and Model United Nations for 3 years. For her achievements in science, she was awarded both the Neil deGrasse Tyson Award and the Carl Sagan Award for Communication and Advancing Scientific Literacy. As a sophomore, she competed in the Student of the Year fundraising campaign for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, raising over $40,000 and winning a citizenship award for spreading the most awareness for their mission. Here is Princess Emma LeBeau from Wilson High School.
When I first started thinking about applying for this program, I was blown away by the rich history that the Rose Festival has. I mean, I had known that it was a tradition, but to think that it started over 100 years ago. For generations, this festival has lit up every Portlander's heart when it comes time to celebrate. When you think of Portland, the vibrancy and excitement of the festival immediately come to mind. I recently discovered that my grandma used to work with the Rose Festival, which was an amazing surprise. I asked her about her experience, and she said that she remembers seeing people come here from all across the country, and that for them, the festival was one of the highlights of their year, which seems exactly right. For years and years, this festival served as a beacon of joy and light for so many people. It reminds us to celebrate our traditions and to honor what has come before us. Portland's weird, filled with artistic innovators, forward thinkers, knowledgeable foodies, and soccer fans. The Rose Festival is a celebration of Portland, of who we are. It honors our history, our memories, and our people. As the city grows and shifts, so does the festival. The celebration is dynamic and has something new and special to offer every year. The Rose Festival means something to every Portlander. Whatever the festival brings you individually, it's an event that brings people together from all walks of life. No matter who you are, if you're a Rose Festival princess, a marcher in the parade, or someone who brought their kid to enjoy the fun, you are a part of the Rose Festival. The Rose Festival is about who we are, and at the Rose Festival, we are all connected.
So now we've had a chance to meet all 15 of the Portland Rose Festival princesses. The anticipation is rising And there's only one more thing to do. When we come back, it is time to crown the 2020 Queen of Rosaria.
Everyone's financial state has been impacted in some way by COVID-19. If your business focuses on financial services, this is an optimal time to advertise with us. With Meredith Portland, you can share all the ways you're a valuable resource, whether you specialize in investments, 401ks, banking services, or financial planning. Our advertising solutions get results. Call or visit our website to learn how you can advertise with us.
Forward to the Rose Festival Community Celebration, and PGE has been a proud partner for over 100 years. This year has brought some hard changes, but we are a community that pulls together and powers through. We remain committed to you. This season won't last forever, and we'll all celebrate together again soon.
Now more than ever, the news breaking overnight can have a major impact on your day. Good Day Oregon is here with breaking news, local updates on reopenings,
Governor Brown is expanding the face covering mandate to the entire state.
live press conferences, and weigh-in from the experts. The only local news all morning long. Good Day Oregon, live stream now on the Fox 12 app.
Fifteen outstanding young women make up the Rose Festival Court, and they gathered just a few days ago at Washington Park to hear who would be presented with the coveted crown, robe, and scepter. But apart from all the ceremonial imagery, what does the Portland Rose Festival Queen represent? What does she do throughout the year? And quite frankly, what does she win? Every princess receives a $3,500 scholarship provided by the Randall Group, along with wardrobe items, many of them provided by generous sponsors. The most important part of being queen is the opportunity to represent the Rose Festival and Portland for a year. Being queen is about service, not about prizes. The queen normally participates in various events, parades, and ceremonies throughout her year. But of course, 2020 looks very different because of the late timing of the queen announcement and the need for social distancing. Ultimately, the queen becomes part of Rose Festival history, a symbol of a year of memorable activities. This year's queen will represent an unforgettable time in human history, not just Rose Festival history, and she'll definitely have a fascinating story to tell.
The Rose Festival has a history of having to acclimate to the changing times. So it's been here through the Spanish flu pandemic, World War II and World War I, and so it's not like it's foreign to the Rose Festival to have to kind of adjust to the changing times.
So the stage was set. Rose Festival dignitaries and the Royal Rosarians were present, and a crown was ready to be awarded. Even while continuing to practice social distancing, the anticipation of the announcement of the new Queen of Rosaria was present.
Oh, it's all about tradition. It's all about history. It's all about bringing the city together. And it's all about celebrating all the things that are beautiful, the Rose City, community, all of the young ladies, representing their different neighborhoods throughout the city of Portland. So I think it's just a symbol of longstanding tradition.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the Queen's Coronation presented by Unitus Community Credit Union. One of these 15 princesses is about to take her place in Rose Festival history as the 106th Rose Festival Queen. Each princess is also awarded a $3,500 scholarship thanks to the generosity of longtime court supporter, the Randall Group. And the court is carrying bouquets for the last several years. The Floral Design Institute has provided roses to the princesses for their many public appearances. The Queen's throne has been part of this ceremony since 1971, and the crown will place on the head of our new queen was created and worn by every Rose Festival queen since 1922. Let's invite the president-elect of the Portland Rose Festival Foundation, Dave Todd, to come forward.
Your 2020 Rose Festival Queen is Queen Anya Anand from Lincoln High School.
Prime Minister Kimberly Bound is being assisted by official crown bearer Grace Bledsoe. Prime Minister, if you'll do the honors, please. On behalf of the Portland Rose Festival, we crown you Queen Anya. On behalf of the Rose Festival, please accept this royal scepter from President-elect Dave Todd, the symbol of your royal power. May you reign wisely and well. And now, Queen Anya, I'd like to ask Rose Society President Emily Hastings to present you with a beautiful bouquet of roses, the symbol of our festival. Queen Anya, please accept these roses, the symbol of our city and our festival. May they grace your reign. And now, living history character Mayor Harry Lane will present you with a gift on behalf of the citizens of this Rose City, acknowledging your role as Portland's Royal Ambassador. Thank you, Mayor Harry.
Thank you to our community for its strength and spirit during the past months. We want to acknowledge our dedicated volunteers and to thank all our generous supporters and sponsors who make it possible for us to celebrate Rose Festival together every year. We found new and inspiring ways to celebrate this year because of the health of our community is the most important thing. We look forward with a sense of hope as we envision the time we can celebrate together again. When you come to the Rose Festival, you make a memory, and when you make a memory, you start a tradition. Rose Festival traditions have evolved over 113 years, and with the support of the community, they will continue to inspire us for many, many more.
Thank you, Queen Anya. And now we'll ask Prime Minister Kimberly Bound to escort our new queen and the Rose Festival Court through the Rose Garden.
For decades, 7 community judges have selected the Rose Festival Queen, observing and interacting with the court members during 4 evaluation events. The criteria for selecting the Queen is the same as that used for selecting the princesses, based on character, communication, and presence. Due to the current conditions of the pandemic, there was no practical way to facilitate judging sessions this year. Instead, the Rose Festival reached back to court history. In 1930, the first year the princesses were selected from local high schools, each young lady was asked to vote for their choice to represent the Rose Festival. And that's exactly what happened this year. The 2020 Rose Festival Court elected its own queen. She's officially on the Queen's Walk, where in a moment she will have the opportunity to place her plaque among the queens before her. When we come back, we'll talk with our newly crowned Portland Rose Festival Queen.
Fresh strawberries are now in season at your locally owned Elmer's restaurant.
Dad, take a look at this. It's like we're really there.
We are really there, kids. Let's enjoy the real thing.
Elmer's, Northwest ingredients, locally owned.
In the old Chinakwawa language, we have a word for giving.
College.
It's how we teach our children. Giving, sharing, supporting our friends and neighbors. It's who we are. Just ask the Lines for Life Military Helpline, helping veterans, servicemen, and women and their families. We are the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde, sharing nearly $60 million with Oregonians since 1997. The Spirit Mountain Community Fund. It's who we are.
Here for all the moments that matter. Regence Blue Cross Blue Shield, widely accepted by top doctors and specialists, the name trusted for over 75 years. Live fearless.
It's like you're really there, huh, son?
This is boss.
Since 1960, Elmer's has been a family favorite, and now with restaurants throughout the West, it continues to get rave reviews. Elmer's, Northwest Ingredients, locally owned.
Hi, I'm Lisa Robertson. Do you ever wonder what the newest brands are, the coolest ideas, the things that everybody else is talking about? Do you ever want to be the first one to find out what they are? We can help you with that. We're local steals and deals, and we have all the best ideas for you at values that you cannot find anywhere else. So if you want to be in the know, we've done the homework, we've done the legwork, and we're going to bring it all to you. Just text FOX12 to 65,000 to learn more.
The 2020 Portland Rose Festival Queen's Coronation is brought to you by Unitus Community Credit Union. You, us, Unitus. The Boeing Company, proud sponsor of the Portland Rose Festival. Providence Children's Health, we care for kids. Oregon 811, let's light the way. And by Capital One Cafe in Portland, proud sponsor of the Portland Rose Festival.
Congratulations to Queen Anya Anandi from Lincoln High School. The Rose Festival Queen's Coronation has been an evolving tradition for over 91 years. In 1930, the Queen was announced at the City Auditorium, now known as Keller Auditorium, and she was crowned later in Laurelhurst Park. Other coronation venues have included Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall, Civic Stadium, now known as Providence Park, and Veterans Memorial Coliseum. The last time a coronation was held in the Rose Garden was probably in the early 1930s. Since 1914, Washington Park's International Rose Test Garden has been the location of the Queen's Walk, where the Queen's plaque is placed, enjoyed by all while visiting the garden. After her walk from the coronation ceremony, this year was no different.
The Queen's Walk was established in 1952 to honor all past, present, and future queens of Rosaria. We now stand at the foot of the garden, ready to set the bronze plaque in honor of Her Royal Majesty, Queen Anya, the 2020 Queen of Rosaria. My Lord Prime Minister, will you assist our newly crowned Queen in the placement of her plaque?
I just wanted to say thank you so much to the Rose Festival for giving me the opportunity to not only be a princess, but now to be a queen. And most importantly, I really want to thank my Rose Festival sisters. You guys have made this experience incredible, and I cannot imagine this year going any better considering the circumstances. So thank you so much. I am so lucky to be able to have been chosen by my court, but I know that all my Rose Court sisters were well deserving of this crown. And this isn't just a crown for me, this is a crown for my entire court, for all my Rose Festival sisters who have made this 2 weeks and since quarantine have made it all bearable, knowing that we are all bonded together and we are in this together. But I've realized that in a way this is actually almost more special. We got to have a condensed experience, but it was, I feel like, more valuable. We got to do so many Zoom calls and really get to know each other, and this will again go down in Rose Festival history as the court who had to wear masks.
Like so many things in our lives right now, the Portland Rose Festival looked a little different this year. Okay, a lot different. But thanks to its hardworking staff and countless volunteers, the festival continues to contribute to the community, and creativity resulted in innovative takes on festival traditions. One tradition that was not to be shaken, the crowning of a new Rose Festival queen.